Muddy Pete's super fun survival kit video was sponsored by Tactical Spatula! Tactical Spatula! He's gonna light the way! Tactical Spatula! He's gonna save the day! Tactical Spatula! He's gonna make the bad guys pay! Tactical! Super fun survival kit video, part 8. Praise Jesus and pass the coffee. Out here in the wetlands, it is hot, it is humid, it is crawling with deer, ticks, and mosquitoes, which is great for me because that keeps everybody else away. Perfect. We're going to work on some kits and pouches today. This is my little day bag that I'd taken it out of the office with me. And this is a little fanny pack kit that I made up. Some basics on kits. Keep them simple. Don't buy things that you can't easily replace when they run out or get used up or wear out. Don't go buy exotic gear. Just simple things you can either replace from the store or make yourself. Don't overpack your kits. Don't make them too big. Practice with them. That's the most important part. Take them out, use them, make notes, find out what works, find out what doesn't work, and find that don't assume that it's going to work and find out in a situation, emergency, that something isn't going to work as it's supposed to. Some guidelines for kits. Don't make them too complicated. Don't buy things that you can't easily replace when they're used up or they wear out. Don't overpack your kit. Most important, practice with it. Know how everything works in it. If you buy a store-bought kit, take it apart, test it, try it out at home, take it out on trail someplace safe. Don't walk off in the wilderness for 4 days and assume it's going to work. Don't get yourself in too deep. But the most important thing is practice with the kit, get familiar with it, get familiar with your skills. This little bag is what I take to work with me. It's not the best outdoors bag. I'm shopping for a Maxpedition or something sturdier. I've gone through a few of these trying to be cheap and found out that that was a colossal bad idea. These are okay for banging around in town, but once you get outdoors, you get in the sun, the heat, they just come apart at the seams. They're just not meant for that. So spend the money on a good pack the first time and you'll be okay. Clothes. I'm wearing, first of all, it's about 85 degrees and humid, and this BDU jacket is killing me, but the mosquitoes are horrible out here. This, I don't know if you can see it properly, this little wrap is a cool wrap. You soak it in water and leave it in the fridge, and whatever's in it keeps your neck cold for a while. And out here today, that's pretty nice to have on. Bandanas are good for a lot of stuff. I've got a pair of polyester mittens and a hat. I don't really need them today, I don't need them at all right now, but if it got cold tonight, this would be particularly useful. And I've also got another bandana, little polyester do-rag. If I lost my hat, this would help to keep the sun off my head. And I have my old standby survival boonie hat. A whistle clipped on this side, and on this side I've got a little match safe, and I keep some survival gear in there. There's a powdered aspirin, a fire starter, a sewing needle, and some of this quench gum. Again, this is a cheapy little pack, and it doesn't have any pocket organizers, so I made some, or I put some in. This is an EDC organizer from Expedition. Expedition makes really good stuff, and I use this as just a little pocket kit. I added some tack ties also from Expedition, and what that lets me do is clip it onto my belt, and that makes some room in the kit as I go along. Inside the organizer I have bug net. Absolutely gotta have that today. I have a chapstick, again, flashlight, and this little cigar tube. I got a buddy who smokes cigars, and he gives me these when he's done, and I make little kits out of these. I put some pencils and some paper and some needles and some more stuff in here. You will get a funny look in the airport with this. On the other side, I found these in the Walmart, and they are clip-on trail markers. So supposedly they'll reflect day and night. I haven't had a chance to try them out yet, but this is nice for your line of sight. If you get lost and you're not quite sure where you are, clip this on a branch, and when you get down the trail a little bit, you clip on another one. We'll try these out later on. On the other side I have a little Arkansas soft stone sharpening bar, and I have some Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are nice for, well, putting your cell phone if it's going to rain or you think you're going to go in the water, and a whole host of other little water resistant ideas. The hard part is getting all this back into the case. That's the fun part. Oh, the other thing, falling off here, Doug Ritter Risk knife. Tiny little 2-finger knife here. Nice little knife. I made a little kit out of it. It comes with a sheath. I added a fire starting tool to it, and a whistle, and a little thing so I could put some aspirin and some tinder in there. Bottle. I also have probably about 20 feet of parachute cord. Parachute cord has, if you can see it, about, in this particular version, about 7 individual smaller strands inside a little nylon sheath. And these are useful because you can pull the strands out and use them for smaller tasks like sewing or fishing. This is tied up in a ladder lace, and it's probably not enough in here. I usually just use this to sling over a poncho or something if it's raining. Now, inside the main kit I have a smaller kit. I'll come back to that in a second. I threw a little fixed blade knife. This is an Anza knife made out of an old file. I usually don't carry a fixed blade knife with me because I work in an office building and I've already gotten hollered at for the Swiss Army knife. So I threw this in when I came out this morning. What else do we get? Because it's allergy season, a little bit of nose spray. A little DeLorme GPS system. This thing will eat the batteries. I don't really need it in this area because I know it pretty well, but it's nice when I find something interesting. I can mark a waypoint and record it and come back and find it later on. A little tangle here, like that in a second. Go back here. Shotgun shell I picked up off the ground. You'll see why in a few minutes what I'm using them for. Eye drops. A harmonica that I haven't learned how to play yet. Keep a couple of maps in here just in case I travel to some place that I'm not familiar with. There's a road map and a state map and a county map. And I have beef jerky. I didn't know that they made barbecue pork beef jerky before, so I'm a very happy camper. This is just a secondary bag. For shelter I have a 55-gallon trash bag, and I have this. Get yourself one of these. This is called the Aqua Pouch. This is made by Survival Resources, BePreparedToSurvive.com, John McCann. This is nice. I've tried all kinds of different freezer bags and they don't work. This is a food grade plastic. Folds up to a tiny little size. It's got grommets for carrying, and it's got a expandable base so that you can stand it up. Again, it's food grade, so you can put hot beverages in it. You can also freeze it. They're incredibly reasonably priced, so get yourself a couple of them. Be Prepared to Survive, John McCann Survival Resources. Still out here with the bugs. This little pouch is really the guts of the bigger bag. This is where I keep all the really important stuff. I have, first of all, it's got a little carry strap so I can pull it out and put other stuff in the big bag, or just use it by itself. Got a little clip-on first aid kit in the front. Well, let's start at the back here. I've got a little slingshot that I picked up off the ground for my own personal amusement, or if I want to go food gathering. I have a space blanket in case of it rains. I have some kind of emergency equipment, or emergency shelter gear is what I'm looking for. Bug spray. Oh, would not be out here today in this mess without this. Back again. Front pocket here. I guess I should go into the front here. This little fella sitting up here is an Aurora fire starting tool, and the striker is on the end cap. This is nice. It protects your fire starting tool from being damaged if it falls, and you don't have to chase around for some implement to strike it. It's all right there. I'll be honest, I've had a hard time figuring out how to get the striker to work properly. Good survival starts with good planning. Know your gear, practice with it. This is out here for practice. I also have a little waterproof space pen, and I've got in the front pocket some emergency packets and some Trioxin Army Surplus fire starting tabs. This goes back to what I said earlier. Don't buy things that you can't easily replace. These are starting to wear out because they're old. They were old when I bought them, and once they're gone, I don't have them anymore. So I've got cotton balls and Vaseline to replace them once I finally use these up. These are nice because you can either light them with a match, or you can take them out of the package and use the fire starting tool to set them off.